Hi, I'm Erika Larsson from erikalarson.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about 4 people that you need to know. These are the same 4 people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. They're the 4 people that you have issues with in life, and we all have them. And that is simply because we don't understand the 4 personality temperaments and why they behave and act the way that they do. And so I'm going to shed some light on the 4 personalities today, and hopefully that will help you to have better relationships, better interactions with people, and a lot more fun. So let me start. I use a system called the Live Out Loud personality system. And I love it because it's self-explanatory. The names aren't difficult to remember because they describe the person. And so we'll start with a supporter. Supporters are here to nurture and care for people. That's why we call them supporters. They are the peacemakers. They do everything to avoid any kind of conflict. They're very super caring. They're like your best friends. They're always there when you need them. They're great listeners. They're very optimistic. They are also very emotional and have a high degree of intuition just built into their DNA. You don't even have to say anything and they will know things. That's just how they're wired. They seek to be authentic and they use their creativity to do it. They're very artistic, have great imaginations, often write poetry and so forth. They're very kind, considerate, and genuine. You can count on these people. They're not the gossipers. They're very caring. They nurture you. They're there for you. They're also very spiritual. Most of them believe in a higher power, in God, and most of them go to church. They're the ones that fill my self-development workshops. More than half of the room is filled with supporters. And their core value in life is relationships. They're all about relationships. Relationships come before task for these people, and relationships come before task for the next category I'm going to talk about, which is the promoter. The promoters, they're here in this world to bring action and fun. They're very playful. They have great imaginations too. They seek variety. They get bored very quickly, so variety is important to them. They love change. Most people don't like change. These people love it. They're very playful. They tell the best stories and jokes. They may elaborate just a tad here and there to make it interesting and entertaining, but you can always count on them for a good story. They're very spontaneous. If you say want to go out for dinner or a movie at the last minute, these are the people, if you phone them up and say, you know what, this is going to be exciting, come along, they'll be there for you. They're also the best negotiators, and you want these people on your team for that reason. They can negotiate their way out of a paper bag, I say. My daughter is of this category, and from the time she was a very young child, she could negotiate and get agreement out of me on just about anything. They know the angles. They also push boundaries and say, they're the ones that came up with saying rules are made to be broken. They're very competitive and like competition, and they play to win. They're very straightforward. You can count on these people. If you ask them something, you're going to get a straightforward answer. And of course, their core value in life is freedom. Freedom to play, freedom to do as they wish, freedom to act when they feel that they need to. And so you never want to try to box these people in and tell them what to do. Planners. Planners get things done. They're the work bees of the world. They like to be prepared. These are not the people that you want to spring a surprise on. They don't like surprise parties. They would not be happy if you threw them a surprise party. They want to be prepared for everything. They're also very punctual and expect you to be the same. They rely on rules. They're the ones that do the speed limit and will tell you when you're speeding. Yeah, I have a mother like that. They treasure tradition. So if they were brought up celebrating, say, Thanksgiving a certain way, they'll keep that tradition alive and pass it on to their families. They also value heritage. So they're the ones that preserve heritage, be it at work or in the city they live or wherever. It's very important to them. Work comes before play. These are the people that have a to-do list And remember, the supporter and the promoter, they will put people before task, while the planners and the next category thinkers put the task before people. And so planners, they have their to-do list, and that is their highest priority of the day, and they love checking it off. And so if you do that, if you have a to-do list on the go and you love checking it off, chances are you're a planner. They also need specifics. They don't want to disappoint anyone, and so they want to know what's expected of them. So be very specific if you give them instructions or so forth. Or if you have a child that is a planner, you want to make sure that everything is detailed and outlined so that they don't disappoint you. They're also super organized, and you can literally put them in the most chaotic situation and they'll organize it and enjoy doing it. And they're very, very good at it. Everything has its place, right? When you're a planner. And their core value in life is responsibility. They're super responsible and dutiful. Then we have the thinkers. The thinkers are the change agents in the world. They're always looking to improve upon something, improve the status quo. They are super innovative, and their minds are just wired in a way where they can conceptualize things before they build them. They just connect the dots. A connects to B to C and so forth, and they're very methodical and very almost perfectionistic, which is fine because they are the scientists of the world. They're the Einsteins of the world. They need to be that way. They question a lot of things because everything is about truth and fact to them. So them asking why is not they're trying to annoy you, it's just how they're wired. They crave knowledge, and they can literally research for hours on a topic of interest. And when they've gathered all the information, they're almost a pro at it. They'll want to share it, whether you want to hear it or not. Work is play to these people. Because they're so highly intellectual, they usually choose careers where they can use their intellect. And so work is play for them. They're very calm and collected. They don't like small talk. And you can work with these people for several years and not know much about the personal life because they don't share that. Only with a very inner circle that they choose to have in their life will they share those kind of things. They're also very independent. They like to work on their own. Very logical. Everything has to make logical sense to them, and that's why they question things. And their core value in life is competence. So there's no right or wrong way to be, as I mentioned. We're just all wired differently for different purposes in this life. So I'm going to expand on all these in different scenarios of life. And so I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you'll come back and watch several other videos that I'm going to produce about the 4 people that you need to know. So I have 3 books that I've published. They're available on Amazon. One, you can find them under my name, Erika with a K, Larsson, Larsson. And I have books on business. It's called Winning in Business. And I've got one called Rising Higher, which digs a little bit deeper into spiritual gifts because they stem, the 4 personalities I talk about, actually, whether you like it or not, stem from the Bible. And so that book covers all of that, and it goes deeper into what your purpose is. And then I have my last book is called Live Out Loud, which has just recently been released. And it is all about the 4 personalities and how to communicate and how to actually come up with the reason you're here. Who am I and why am I here is what the book is all about. So, and I give half of the profits of every book sold into, it goes into a foundation that I'm starting, a nonprofit called Community Without Need, and it is to help the less fortunate. So thank you for tuning in. I look forward to giving you more information soon.